What if the most unforgettable scene was never shown on screen until now? In a breathtaking Blu-ray special reveal, viewers are finally given the chance to witness the heart-stopping moment. Byun Woo-seok runs desperately through the rain, chasing after Kim Hye-yoon for one last glance. The tension, the emotion, and the sheer cinematic magic will leave you speechless. Join Red Carpet Revealed as we uncover this dramatic secret right now. What if the most unforgettable moment of a love story was hidden away, cut from the broadcast, and locked in silence until a Blu-ray release finally gave it life? This is the question haunting fans today as the special edition Blu-ray unveils a breathtaking scene no one saw coming. Byun Woo-seok, drenched in rain, sprinting with all his might, chasing after Kim Hye-yoon's departing car, has become more than just a deleted scene. It is a revelation, a piece of cinematic truth that fans never knew they needed. The discovery has ignited a storm of emotion, raising questions, sparking debates, and reshaping the very legacy of the drama itself. The atmosphere is cinematic from the very first frame. The downpour blurs the city lights into streaks of silver and gold, headlights slicing through the mist, sound reflecting every step as Woo-seok's shoes splash against the soaked pavement. His breath is visible in the cold night, but his eyes burn with a fire that not even the relentless rain can extinguish. The soundscape is raw, the pounding of footsteps, the roar of the storm, the hum of the car engine fading away, and above all, the silent scream of a man whose heart is breaking in real time. When he shouts her name, it is barely audible over the rain, but the emotion is deafening. Kim Hye-yoon, framed in the car's window, her head ever so slightly, her eyes shimmering with the weight of everything unsaid. She does not open the door. She does not wave. She only looks back once, then disappears into the night. For years, fans believed they had seen the definitive ending of this story. The drama concluded with a bittersweet farewell, a delicate ambiguity that left hearts both hopeful and aching. But now, with this Blu-ray reveal, the narrative deepens, the emotions expand, and what was once unfinished has become something altogether transcendent. Fans across the globe describe it as a scene that shattered them. A scene too raw for television yet too powerful to remain unseen. On fan forums and social media, the reaction was instantaneous and overwhelming. I felt like he was running for all of us who ever lost someone. One viewer wrote. Another declared, "This isn't just acting. This is love captured in motion." Within hours of the Blu-ray drop, hashtags exploded worldwide. Byun Woo-seok running, Kim Hye-yoon last look, Blu-ray reveal. Scene was clipped, replayed, dissected frame by frame, as fans searched for meaning in every raindrop, every breath, every flicker of eye contact. But what is it about this moment that hits so hard? Part of the answer lies in its symbolism. Rain has always been more than just weather in cinema. It is a character in its own right. Here, it is relentless, punishing, washing away pretenses and leaving only raw truth. The car is more than a vehicle. It is a barrier, an escape, a symbol of distance that love cannot overcome. Woo-seok's run is not merely a chase. It is a plea against inevitability, fight against time, a refusal to surrender to fate. And Hye-yoon's silence, her refusal to open the door, her decision to let him fade behind her, it speaks louder than any dialogue ever could. Behind the camera, the story is just as gripping. The director, in an exclusive Blu-ray commentary, confesses, "This was the rawest take we had. Too painful for TV. We thought it might overwhelm the audience, shift the balance of the ending. But keeping it hidden felt wrong." This scene had a soul of its own. Crew members recall how the atmosphere on set shifted during filming. The rain machines were blasting. The night was cold. And yet no one felt it. Every crew member was silent, transfixed by Woo-seok's desperate sprint. One cameraman admitted later, "I almost forgot to pan. I was shaking. It was like watching real heartbreak, not a performance." Byun Woo-seok himself has described this moment as one of the most difficult and unforgettable of his career. "I gave everything in that run," he said in an interview. "I wasn't acting, I was truly chasing her. I reached the end and the car was gone. I felt empty, like I had really lost something." Kim Hye-yoon, in contrast, spoke quietly about the pain of holding back. "Silence can be harder than words. Looking at him, I wanted to break. But the character couldn't. That's what made it so devastating." The decision to cut the scene originally was strategic. The writers feared it would overshadow the drama's intended ending, turning the story from one of bittersweet closure into one of devastating tragedy. Yet now, in the Blu-ray's glow, fans are grateful to see it. For some, it provides the missing piece, the ultimate catharsis. For others, it only deepens the ache. What makes this reveal so powerful is not just the performance, but the way it reframes everything that came before. Suddenly, earlier scenes take on new meaning. The quiet glances, the hesitant touches, the conversations cut short, all are charged with greater intensity in light of this desperate chase. It is as if the entire drama was building to this moment, and without it, the story was incomplete. Now, with it restored, the narrative feels fuller, richer, more alive. This revelation has sparked conversations far beyond the fan community. Film critics, cultural commentators, and even academics have weighed in. Call it a masterclass in restraint, a lesson in how silence and imagery can communicate more powerfully than dialogue. Others see it as proof of the changing relationship between media and audience. What was once locked away as a deleted scene now emerges as essential canon, reshaping the story for a new generation. The impact is not only intellectual, it is visceral. Fans describe crying uncontrollably, feeling their hearts physically ache, revisiting memories of lost loves and last goodbyes. For many, watching Woo-seok run through the rain was not just a cinematic experience but a personal one, stirring old wounds and tender truths. The power of art lies in its ability to reflect our own humanity. In this rain-soaked sprint, audiences saw themselves. As part one of this journey closes, the questions remain. What does this scene mean for the legacy of the drama? How does it redefine the chemistry between Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon, both on screen and off? And perhaps most tantalizing of all, was this just a hidden gem? Or is it a glimpse of something deeper between two actors whose connection seems almost too real to be scripted? The Blu-ray reveal has given fans more than they expected, but also more to long for. Undeleted scene truly rewrite everything we thought we knew about a story? This is the haunting question that continues to echo in the minds of fans as they replay the Blu-ray special, each viewing pulling them deeper into its emotional gravity. The answer, increasingly, seems to be yes. This scene is not simply an extra, it is the soul of the narrative. A revelation that transforms what was once bittersweet into something unforgettable, something eternal. The cultural impact of this reveal cannot be overstated. Deleted scenes have always fascinated fans, but rarely has one achieved such mythic status overnight. Entertainment outlets across the globe, from Korean newspapers to Hollywood trade journals, have declared it the most heartbreaking 2 minutes ever filmed. At fan screenings, audiences have gasped, sobbed, and applauded, as though they were witnessing a live confession of love and loss. Reaction videos on YouTube have drawn millions of views, with fans recording themselves crying uncontrollably, whispering, "I can't believe they hid this from us." Byun Woo-seok, the scene marks a defining moment in his career. Already admired for his charm and charisma, now being hailed as an actor of rare depth, capable of channeling raw vulnerability into something that transcends performance. The physicality of his run, in his voice, the collapse of his shoulders when the car finally disappears, critics are calling it a tour de force of emotional realism. Kim Hye-yoon, too, is being celebrated for her restraint. Sometimes silence is the loudest scream, one critic wrote, praising her ability to convey oceans of feeling with a single glance. Together, their chemistry has ignited speculation beyond the screen. Rumors swirl about the closeness of their bond during filming, with fans poring over past interviews, searching for hidden meanings and casual comments. A moment once seen as purely fictional is now viewed by many as a possible reflection of something more, a sliver of reality captured on film. Whether or not the rumors are true, the undeniable truth is this: their partnership has created one of the most memorable moments in modern Korean drama. But beyond gossip and fandom, the scene has also inspired deeper reflection on the nature of storytelling. Why do certain moments stay with us, haunt us, shape the way we see love and loss? Perhaps it is because stories, at their core, are mirrors of our own lives. In Woo-seok's desperate run, audiences see their own battles against time, their own futile attempts to hold on to what is slipping away. In Hye-yoon's silence, they see the unspoken goodbyes they have endured, the moments when love could not conquer circumstance. This scene does not just tell a story, it tells our story. The legacy of the drama itself has been irrevocably altered. Once remembered as a tender, bittersweet romance, celebrated as a tragic masterpiece, tale that dares to confront the harsh truths of love and separation. Scholars of cinema have begun discussing it in classrooms, analyzing the scene's use of rain, sound, silence as a case study in visual storytelling. Fans, meanwhile, have elevated it to iconic status. In fan art, fan fiction, and countless tributes, the scene has taken on a life of its own, transcending the boundaries of the original series. Yet, the debate continues. Some argue that the scene should have been included from the very beginning, that withholding it deprived viewers of the full emotional journey. Others believe its late arrival was fate. Revealing it now, when fans least expected it, has given it even greater power. Whatever the stance, one thing is certain, the scene has become inseparable from the drama's identity. A crown jewel that will be remembered for decades to come. The emotional resonance of this reveal is perhaps best captured in the words of the actors themselves. Woo-seok, reflecting on the run, said, "I was running. I wasn't chasing a car. I was chasing time itself." Hye-yoon, with quiet grace, added, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than words." In that moment, silence was everything. Reflections echo the very essence of the scene. Love as pursuit, love as silence, love as something both eternal and ephemeral. The rain finally stops. As the car disappears, as Woo-seok collapses in defeat, audiences are left not with answers but with echoes, echoes that stay long after the screen fades to black. This is the power of cinema at its purest, to break us, to heal us, to remind us that we are alive. The Blu-ray special did not just reveal a scene, it revealed a truth about love, about longing, about the human condition itself. And so, fans will continue to replay it, to cry with it, to carry it in their hearts. The legacy of this drama has been forever changed, and with it, so too has the legacy of Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon. In the end, the rain-soaked sprint is more than a scene. Memory, a confession, a heartbeat frozen in time. It is a reminder that sometimes the most precious stories are the ones we almost never get to see. The Blu-ray special reveal has done more than surprise, it has immortalized a moment. And for those who watch, who feel, who remember, it is a gift that will never be forgotten. The rain may have long stopped on screen, but in the hearts of fans, its echo lingers endlessly. The Blu-ray revelation has not only redefined a single drama, it has left an indelible mark on the cultural memory of an entire generation of viewers. What began as a simple special feature has spiraled into a global conversation about love, loss, silence, and the power of cinema to pierce through the armor of everyday life. Across continents, the impact has been extraordinary. In Seoul, fans lined up at midnight Blu-ray release events, seeing posters and light sticks, waiting for the chance to be the first to own the disc that contained the legendary scene. Many describe watching the moment on the big screen at fan screenings as a communal catharsis. Hundreds of people crying together in a darkened theater, holding hands with strangers, whispering names of characters as though they were real people they once loved. "I thought I was prepared," one attendee confessed, wiping away tears. "I saw him run. I felt like my own heart was being ripped out." In Tokyo, entire cafes held viewing parties, decorating tables with umbrellas, raindrop motifs, and quotes from the scene. In Los Angeles, film critics hosted roundtable discussions, comparing the scene to iconic cinematic moments like Rick and Ilsa's farewell in Casablanca. In Paris, students at the Sorbonne organized a symposium titled The Poetics of Rain, Love and Departure in Modern Cinema, dedicating an entire panel to Byun Woo-seok and Kim Hye-yoon's performance. This was no longer just a deleted scene, it had become a cultural phenomenon, studied, celebrated, immortalized. Themselves have found their careers transformed in ways they never imagined. Byun Woo-seok, who already enjoyed rising stardom, is now being hailed as one of the most emotionally resonant actors of his generation. Magazine covers describe him as the man who runs for love, while fans have created montages of his sprint through the rain, setting it to melancholic ballads that garner millions of views online. Casting directors, sensing the surge of his popularity, have been quick to attach his name to new projects, romance films to international collaborations. Woo-seok himself remains humble. In a recent interview, he confessed, I don't think it was me they were moved by. It was the truth of that moment. I just happened to be the one running in the rain. Kim Hye-yoon, too, has experienced a renaissance. Known for her delicate balance of vulnerability and strength, her silent glance from inside the car has been dissected more than perhaps any other 2-second look in K-drama history. Some fans call it the glance that broke the world, noting how her restrained performance spoke volumes without a single line of dialogue. Directors have praised her control, ability to communicate oceans of emotion with just her eyes. That look, one filmmaker said, is the kind of performance that changes an actor's destiny. Together, Woo-seok and Hye-yoon have become symbols of a love story that transcends fiction. Their on-screen chemistry, once admired, mythologized. Fans scour past interviews, searching for hints of unspoken closeness. Clips of behind-the-scenes laughter, casual touches, and knowing glances are reinterpreted in the light of the Blu-ray scene, fueling rumors and hopes alike. The boundary between character and actor blurs the hearts of many fans. The love story feels achingly real, but with great adoration comes inevitable debate. Production team make a mistake by cutting the scene in the first place? For some, the answer is yes. We were robbed. Fam tweeted angrily. This was the heart of the story, and they kept it from us for years. Others argue that the delay has amplified its impact. That seeing it now, after the drama has aged, after nostalgia has deepened, gives it a potency it might not have had before. Maybe it was fate, a blogger mused. Maybe the rain had to fall now, not then. This debate has spilled into academic and critical circles. Scholars of narrative theory argue that the reveal challenges traditional ideas of canon and non-canon. A deleted scene can so profoundly alter the interpretation of a story. Then where does the story truly reside, in its broadcast form, or in its hidden possibilities? The Blu-ray special has become a case study in media studies classrooms, prompting discussions about the evolving relationship between art and audience in the digital age. Meanwhile, the fandom continues to create. Posts paint Woo-seok running beneath torrents of rain, his face contorted with longing. Writers pen stories imagining what might have happened if Hye-yoon had opened the car door. Musicians compose songs inspired by the rhythm of footsteps in the storm. Even fashion designers have joined in, collections inspired by the rain scene, trench coats, water-streaked patterns, Blu-ray shaped like droplets. It is a testament to how a moment of cinema, once hidden, ripple outward into countless forms of creative expression. Perhaps the most moving tributes, however, from ordinary fans whose lives the scene has touched in personal ways. Online, people share stories of lost loves, of last goodbyes, of moments when they too chased after someone disappearing into the night. One young woman wrote, "Thought I had moved on, but when I saw him run, remembered my own run to the train station years ago. I never caught him either," a widower posted. Watching that scene, I felt like my wife was beside me again, just for a moment. Thank you, Blu-ray, for giving me that. In these confessions, it becomes clear that the power of the scene lies not only in its artistry, but in its humanity. The legacy of the drama is now inseparable from this revelation. Once remembered as a sweet but melancholic romance, it has ascended into the realm of legend. Generations will not speak of the series without speaking of the rain scene. Film schools will screen it. Fans will cherish it. And critics will continue to analyze it. It has become part of the DNA of modern Korean drama. A mortal moment that transcends time, language, and borders. As the discourse swirls, one truth remains constant: this was more than a scene. It was a confession. A confession of love too late, of longing too deep, of humanity too fragile to be contained within scripted lines. When Woo-seok said, "I wasn't chasing a car, I was chasing time itself," he captured what every viewer felt, that in the rain, all running with him. And when Hye-yoon whispered, "Sometimes silence speaks louder than words," reminded us that love is not always about what is said, but about what is felt in the spaces between. In the end, the Blu-ray special reveal did more than change a drama, it changed us. It reminded us of the beauty of unfinished stories, strength of vulnerability, of the universality of heartbreak. It reminded us that sometimes the moments we almost never see are the ones that matter most. And as fans continue to press play, to watch him run, or look back one last time, they know they are not just watching fiction. They are watching truth. Captured in rain and silence. Immortalized forever. The scene fades, but its memory will never. Thank you for walking through the rain with us. For feeling every heartbeat in Byun Woo-seok's desperate run and every silent tear in Kim Hye-yoon's gaze. Stories like these remind us why we fall in love with cinema in the first place, not because it always gives us answers, but because it dares to leave us breathless with questions, emotions, and memories. On behalf of Red Carpet Revealed, we thank you for sharing this journey. We invite you to carry this unforgettable moment with you, long after the screen fades to black.